proceed.
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirahe Nastapradeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, text number 20. The chapter is titled The Universal Forms. Dyava Prithvivyo Idamantaram Hi Vyaptam Tvayekena Disa Cha Sarva Drishtvaadbhutam Rupamogram Tavedam Lokah Trayam Pravyatit Atitam Mahatman Dyava Prithvivyo Idamantaram Hi Vyaptam Tvaikena Disa Cha Sarva Drishtvaadbhutam Rupamogram Tavedam Lokah Trayam Pravya Atitam Mahatman Dyava Prithivyo Idamantaram Hi Vyaptam Tvayekena Disa Cha Sarva Drishtvaadbhutam Rupamogram Tavedam Lokah Trayam Pravya Atitam Mahatman. Anybody else would like to chant?
Hare Krishna.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Papaji.
No, go ahead, Mataji.
No, Prabhuji, go ahead.
No, go ahead, please. Mataji is first.
Very good.
Dyava prithavoridhamantaram hi vyaptam tvayekena dishascha sarva drishtat bhutam rupam rupam ugram tavedam lokatrayam pravyathitam mahatmam.
Yava prityoridhamandaram hi vyaptam tvaikena disascha sarvaha drishtvaadbhutam rupamugram tavedam logatrayam pravatyahidam mahatman.
Okay.
Yava prithvyo idamantaram hi vyaptam svayekena dishascha sarva drishtvaadbhutam rupamugram tavedam lokatrayam pravyathitam mahatman.
Synonyms. Dyav from outer space, or Prithvi Vyo to the earth. Idam this, Antaram between. He certainly, Vyaptam pervaded, Tvaya by you. Ekena alone, Dishaha directions, Cha and Sarva all, Drishtva by seeing, Adbhutam wonderful, Rupam form, Ugram terrible, Tava your, Idam this, Loka the planetary systems, Tarayam three, Pravya Atitam perturbed, Mahatman, O Great One, translation purport by His Divine Grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Sri Prabhupada ki jai. Although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. O Great One, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed. Please repeat. Although you are one,
Although you are one,
you spread throughout the sky,
you spread throughout the sky
and the planets,
and the planets
and all space between.
and all the space between.
O Great One,
O Great One,
seeing this wondrous and terrible form,
seeing this wondrous and terrible form,
all the planetary systems are perturbed.
all the planetary systems are perturbed.
Dvaya Prithivyo, the space between heaven and earth, and Lokatrayam, the three worlds, are significant words in these words because it appears that not only did Arjuna see this universal form of the Lord, but others in other planetary systems saw it also. Arjuna's seeing of the universal form was not a dream. All whom the Lord endowed with divine vision saw that universal form on the battlefield. Om Agnanatimindasya Gyananjana Sarakaya Chakshururmita Nyena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manabhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swamrupaha Kadammayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sijita Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagarajata Sagana Raghunathavitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanto Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radha Vinda Vaneshwari Rishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatar Bhasya Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavane Bhayo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare Java Prithivyo idam antaram hi vyaptam tvayikena disacha sarva drishtva adbhutam rupam ugram tavedam lokatrayam prabhya atitam mahatman. Although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. O Great One, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed. Yeah. So we see in this particular section, Arjuna is describing the Kala Rupa, right? The universal form in the form, of time, right? Kala Rupa, which brings all destruction. So, in the section before, Arjuna describes about his realization of the universal form. But from the previous verse, he starts describing about this Kala Rupa. Especially in this verse, we see he is mentioning about these two words, Dyava Prithvivyo and Lokatrayam, is very significant, right? Because not only he was seeing this universal form, not that he was dreaming, but the others who were present in other universes, other planetary systems, right? The space between heaven and earth, and the three worlds, right? The other planetary systems, right? They were also able to see the universal form because they were endowed by that transcendental vision by the Supreme Lord. And that universal form was all encompassing, right? Was spreading through all the various nomes. There are millions of material universes, right? We hear about how Karnodakshayi Vishnu, when he exhales, all these material universes comes out from the pores of his body, right? And when he inhales, all these material universes comes back into his body, right? So again, when he exhales, when this material universes comes out in each and every of this material universe, there are 14 planetary systems. So there are millions of 14 planetary systems. There are millions of Swargaloka, millions of Bhumi Loka or Bhuloka, and millions of Pataloka, right? So, but this universal form, which Lord is describing or showing to Arjuna right in the middle of the battlefield, spread it through all those millions of material universes, right? And other planetary systems, like the higher planetary systems, like heaven, Swargaloka, right? They're also in the material universe. They are higher, but in the material universe. They're part of the 14 planetary systems. Anything higher than Earth is considered as heavenly planets. Anything lower than Earth is considered as hellish planets. And there are categories of heavenly planets, right? Swargaloka, Tapaloka, Janaloka, Satyaloka, which is the highest, where Brahma resides, right? And they are all heavenly planets. And there also this universal form spreaded, and they were also able to see, and they were able to see because they were endowed with the transcendental vision, as we heard before that though the Lord is exhibiting this universal form, not everybody were able to see. Only Arjuna was able to see in the battlefield. Or those who were endowed with the transcendental vision, like Sanjay, is able to also see and describe a little bit to Dhritarashtra, right? Because he was also endowed with the transcendental vision, right? So that transcendental vision is necessary to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Atasi Krishna Namadi na bhavet grahyam indriyai. By our blunt material senses, we cannot perceive the Supreme Lord. Right? By our blunt material senses, we cannot perceive the Supreme Lord. Premanjana Shurita Bhakti Vilochanena. The eyes needs to be anointed by the love of Godhead to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the universal form of the Lord can also be seen only by the Divya Chakshu, the transcendental vision, which was imparted to Arjuna so that he can pursue the universal form. Right? And the reason why Arjuna is describing this Kala Rupa is, first of all, establishing that, hey, he's not just dreaming about this universal form. Because not only he saw it, but others also saw it, who were also endowed with transcendental vision. They were in higher planetary systems. Right. Okay. So that's what we have in this particular verse. Are there any questions or discussions on this subject matter? Yep. Discussions, realizations about the universal form. Jai. Everybody is awestruck. I think they also have the transcendental vision to see the universal form, so they are completely awestruck. Jai. Hari Hari.
Hari Hari.
Jai. And our dear Amritandra Prabhu is missing today to ask questions. Yeah. So this Divya Chakshu is very necessary to see the universal form of the Lord, or to see the form of the Lord. At times when Lord Krishna exhibits his partial universal form right in his mouth to Mother Yasoda, or the Mahaprakash Leela of Mahaprabhu, they're all seen by his close associates, by them being imparted the transcendental vision by the Supreme Lord. Because their eyes were anointed by the love of Godhead. Just like we see Ramananda Roy was anointed with the love of Godhead to see the form of the Chaturbhuj form of the Lord, right? Shadbhuj, not Chaturbhuj, Shadbhuj form of the Lord. And two hands, one hand holding Kamandal, and Danda in two hands. That's Mahaprabhu. In one hand holding, in two hands holding bow and arrow, that's Lord Ramachandra. And in two hands holding the fruit as Shyam Sundar Krishna. Right. So they were also given that transcendental vision. And depending upon their love for the Supreme Lord, like to Murari Gupta, he shows his Thomas Lord Ramachandra, because Murari Gupta was in that particular mood to serve the Lord as Lord Ramachandra. So to him he shows in his form as Mahaprabhu that he is not different than Lord Ramachandra. Right? Yeah. So similarly, to Mother Jasoda, for a while he shows the entire Brahmanda, right, entire universe, with these 14 planetary systems all floating around right in his mouth. Right. And here we see he is showing his full manifestation of the universal form, which is showing it to Arjuna. Right. Yeah. And that form, Arjuna is able to behold all that which is encompassing. He could see various mountains and various oceans and various things, everything right there in the universal form. Yeah. Okay. Any discussions? Seems somebody already dropped out. Yeah.
Allah, nobody have question.
Nobody has questions. Ika Mataji has questions. All right. Sukumari Mataji has questions. So go ahead, Mataji.
Mahaprabhu showed his any form. Yeah, he showed his short boost form.
Yeah, he showed so many forms. Sadbhuj form, to Ramananda Roy, to Murari Gupta, he showed the form of Lala Ramachandra. In the Mahaprakash Lila, he shows various forms to his associates. Right. And he also shows his Pasha universal form. The other day somebody was asking, yeah. Yeah. Dattatra Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, all goes to Srila Prabhupada. Yeah.
Any other question? Realization which you like to share?
It is beautiful class actually. You covered all the Mahaprabhu's Mahaprakash Lila, Divus Forum, Saturbus Forum, to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Even he was showing to Sanatana Goswami also in Prayag. He was showing to Sanatana Goswami.
He showed that what is called? That Pandit came. He didn't show, but the mother Saraswati told is my
Kashmiri,
Kashyap Kashmiri. That is my Aradha, my husband, Lord. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai.
Yep. So,
but that Bisharup forum usually is anybody I want to say anybody, any sampradaya do puja or anything, that Bisharup forum, nobody, right?
no. They don't do. You won't see a universal form of the Lord on the altar. Right. You may see it in drama or this, that, but not on the altar.
I think Srila Prabhupada also told not to do that even.
Yeah, it's for explanation here, you can show for that, this is almost everything emanates from the Supreme Lord. That's what it shows, that ultimately the creation comes from Him, the destruction comes from Him, right? So everything emanates from Him. And ultimately everything will be dissolved and will come into Him. Right. So.
Why it is less important? That is like a Vishwarup forum. then the Divus forum.
Okay.
Well, the devotees of the Supreme Lord, right, they are situated in not in the Santa mood, they are situated more in Dasya or no, it's a mood where they want to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right. In the Vishwarup form, mostly
It's
they will
difficult.
be in awe and reverence.
No,
Yeah,
not
awe
only
and
difficult.
reverence.
Arjuna, no, is awestruck.
He was afraid.
Then he was afraid, fearful. Now, just imagine, suddenly you see everything. You can see yourself also within the mouth. You can see Mataji and children, everybody going into the mouth of the Supreme Lord. What would happen? Your bank balance going into the mouth of the Supreme Lord. Oh, no, 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 no. Hold on. Oh, no.
No, I think the love will not come. That two form we see Shyam Sundar so beautiful, like so all the affection, all the devotion coming, but that devotion will not be there.
Yeah, so for even awe and reverence, he will say, oh, okay, please come in your Chaturbhuj form. So that more awe and reverence comes. Otherwise, here more fear comes.
Yes.
Yes. That
Right.
is, yeah, that is the point.
Yeah. Yeah, more fear comes. Because, if you see that ultimately everything which you may be striving for, ultimately everything is going to come to an end. If you are shown beforehand, what would happen?
Srishti, Pralay, everything same time can watch over there.
Like here in the mouth, Arjuna is even able to see Bhishma Pitama, Dronacharya, Karna, everybody going into the mouth of the Supreme Lord. Right?
Yeah.
It becomes
Yeah.
fearful. That, oh, is that what is going to happen at the end of the battlefield? That, oh, all these people are gone?
Yes.
I think that's the reason Krishna showed Arjuna. Then he don't need to worry for where he's killing them.
Yeah, so that's also there. That means Krishna is showing that okay, victory is going to be with the righteous, and you are in the path of righteousness. So don't worry, it will be victory. But Arjuna's case was one form of his lamentation is that those whom I will like to enjoy this kingdom with, if I win, that also there will be loss.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But ultimately, what by showing this universal form, what the Lord is showing that whether he kills or not, they are going to go into his mouth. Right. So you just become a nimitta matra. No nimitta matra says become Savya Sachi. They're just going to be nimitta matra. That you take the credit of becoming victorious in the battle. Otherwise, anyway, they'll be entering into my mouth as form of death. Will be devoured. So from that angle, we can see that Arjuna should not be disturbed. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's there. That it should not be disturbed.
All the spiritual activities and all the Krishna's lila. Actually, a spirituality, it is also a one kind of Krishna's lila. Is very difficult, very very difficult. Though Bhakta can achieve it, Bhakta can see his lilas, all kinds of. Suppose a karma fall, karma, what kind of karma, what we need to do. There are all the things. It is
Mhm.
very, very difficult actually. All the Muni, Rishis, how they sacrifice their life years after years.
Yeah.
And though they cannot control their mind.
Mm.
How it is, what that means in Shuddha Yuga, in Treta Yuga, at that time there was no prem. That what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu distributed to us.
Mm.
That prem is Durlava prem. Actually.
Yeah.
Yes, we are very lucky that we just came after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only 500 years back. That is, we can realize after 10 years, 10,000 years, there will be no prem. Again, it will go to
Because no Harinam.
Shuddha Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, then Kali Yuga. Also, there at that time also there will be no prem in the Kali Yuga also.
Mm. Because Mahaprabhu does not appear.
Appeared.
Because he
No
appears,
Harinam.
he
There's
appears only
Yeah.
once in one Kali Yuga.
Ashtavingsha Chaturjuge Dwaparer Sheshe. Then Krishna will appear.
Yeah.
Ashtavingsha Chaturjuge. It's another kalpo.
So,
That is again after another
Manu?
kalpo, then Bhavishyata Manu's time,
Yeah.
Ashtavingsha Chaturjuge, at that time,
Means it
Krishna
28.
will appear. That means how many
Followed
million
by Krishna, Mahaprabhu will appear.
yeah, Mahaprabhu will appear. So if we think on that, then we are very lucky. We are in the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu right now. We should achieve
The
that
golden age.
golden age. Yeah.
I don't want to come back anymore.
Okay.
Too much trouble.
Fully dedicate your life in serving Shri Shri Radha Shyamsundar.
That's why I didn't. Nothing. Doing only one result without doing anything. Oh, Krishna.
Well, not without doing anything. You have to do more in the service of the Supreme Lord. You do more. Satatam kirtantam ametantascha dilavita namasyante shimam bhaktya nikta yukta upasate. 24 hours you are engaged. You become engaged in the service of the Lord. Right.
Govinda.
I am thinking, I don't know how many years ago I will alive. Most of the years ago I passed through only for the surviving in this material world. Then when I can do the 24 hours engaged myself.
Mind. Manasha.
In Krishna's service. Without any devotional service, nobody can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mataji is mentioning Manasa.
Manasa
Engage yourself in Manasa. So eat also yourself also Manasa. Right. We want to eat physically, but engage yourself Manasa. So eat also Manasa. That's why no. Yeah, we should try to serve more and more. Srila Prabhupada, at the age of 70, right, 69, now he left Vrindavan to spread the glories of the Supreme Lord in the Western world.
At this my age.
You were 69.
I am 69
Go
now,
Jaladu.
so
Yeah. So time for you to bid goodbye to Mataji.
No problem, Prabhuji.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
yeah,
And take Jaladuta.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep. Any other questions?
This
from the others?
Manasha is is it
No,
a
no, no,
speculation?
no, 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 no.
Manasha?
No, no, no.
No, Manasa is, in fact, in Hari Bhakti Vilas is mentioned that Manasa Seva is higher Seva.
Higher
we are not-
Shabda even replace.
But we are not on that platform.
That is very
In our
high.
Manasa Seva, we'll fall asleep. Right, but otherwise, just like we see the Brahmana who's offering sweet rice to
Yeah.
the Supreme Lord in the Manasa Seva. But he's making a time, wanting to make sure that the sweet is offered is not just offered like that. It should be really nicely made and hot.
But
So he touches the pot, tries to fill the pot, and he, not Manasa, he really gets burnt. So no, he was so absorbed in mind to offer their items.
Mm. It is very advanced.
Yeah, it's an advanced stage, like Raghunath Das Goswami. Right?
yeah.
Every alternate day, he will just take buttermilk, which will fit on a tulsi leaf. So that means hardly a couple of drops of buttermilk he will take. In that also, he got a stomachache. And the Vidya said he got a stomachache because he ate too much. And the associates mentioned that, oh, we're talking about eating too much. He hardly takes every alternate day buttermilk, which feeds on a tulsi leaf. And Raghunath Das Goswami said, no, right. The other day there was a big feast.
Over there.
in
And
the Tulsi Ram,
so sweet.
Manasa Seva. We absorb the pastimes of the Supreme Lord on the mental platform, that you physically also you can get burnt, you can physically also get stomachache. Right? Yeah.
Oh, that is the very important actually. Physical, manasha, and the kalpanic, imagination.
Yeah.
So this is very important to understand actually.
Yeah.
Most important.
Yeah. So Manasa Seva is not imaginary,
Mhm.
it's not speculative. It's the mood in which, just like chanting in Manasa Seva. You're meditating on the name of the Lord in the mind.
Mm.
That's also there.
Yeah, for that reason, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, it is a higher stage. Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentioned the manasha deha geha jo kichu mor orpilo tua pade Nanda Kishore. So okay, in the feet
That
of
is
the
surrender.
Nanda
Sharanagati, sorry, Sharanagati.
Nanda Kishore, on the feet of the Nanda Kishore, that okay, Manasha Kabhaga to serve the Nanda Kishore's feet.
None of the man, the man is the mon.
Nobody has any questions? Anybody else would like to add something? Yeah.
I want to talk with you after the class. Should I call you or?
Yeah, I'll call you.
Okay.
Okay. Then we will end soon. Anything else? Says Jagannath Krishna Babu. No questions. Satyabhama Mataji is very silent.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
No problem.
Thank you for wonderful class and wonderful discussion. Nice to hear the voices from everyone, all devotees.
Very nice. Any questions?
No question, Prabhuji.
Mm. Okay. So we will end soon. We'd like to wish all the mothers a happy Mother's Day weekend, which is coming. And if you are in CNJ, you're most welcome to join the Govinda's Buffet, which has Mother's Day special. Right. Okay. We'll end 6 minutes early. Manchakalpataruvaishkripa Sindhu Bhadevaccha Patitanam
Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Vaishnavinda ki jai.
Jai.
Granth Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hari
Hari Hari Bo. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna. Thank you everybody. Hari Bo. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.